Good morning and welcome once again to the Zest4 webinar. If you don't know me, I'm Anton Lasso. I head up IoT sales for Zest4, and as such you're going to have to put up with my dulcet tones for the next 20 minutes or so. All attendees of the webinar will be kept on mute for the duration of the webinar, as it can get quite noisy with 40 or 50 different people all speaking or with background noise. At the end of the webinar there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions, or if you'd rather, you can call me or email me directly when we've finished. The webinar is going to be recorded and we'll post the webinar on our YouTube channel. So if there's something that you miss or you want to go back on, you can do this and listen again at your leisure, really. So today I'd like to share with you one of our premium end-to-end solutions for the vehicle telematics market. I'm going to be looking at the Zest4 SmartWitness solution. It's basically a tried and tested, award-winning in-vehicle connected camera and telematics package. I use it in my car and I believe that it will be a real benefit for all road users, really. As part of the webinar, I'll be covering what the SmartWitness connected camera is and what it does, why it's unique and differs from other dash cams. I'll show you the portal, how it works, and the level of information a fleet manager or business owner can get about their fleet. I'll show you a couple of brief videos and take you through how you can get training and become accredited to sell the solution through Zest4. So to kick off, let me share with you a brief video to highlight what the SmartWitness solution is all about.
Consider the information offered through the following studies. An investigation undertaken by the UMTRI showed that in commercial truck-related crashes, car drivers were assigned fault in 81% of the cases. Another study by the NHTSA revealed cars were the encroaching vehicle in 91% of head-on crashes, 91% of opposite-driven side swipes, 71% of rear-end crashes, and 77% of same-direction side swipes. So how can you prove you or your fleet drivers were not at fault in these situations? With SmartWitness. We're among the industry leaders in the design and manufacturing of cameras and recorders for commercial vehicles, having sold and installed over 200,000 products in over 50 countries worldwide. Incorporating SmartWitness into your fleet is easy. Simply install the cameras in your vehicles. It will capture footage during an accident that you can then use to either exonerate yourself from fault or to train your drivers on accident avoidance. Our system features built-in GPS capabilities to track locational data, as well as a smart Tri-Axial accelerometer that filters out unimportant video data, while maintaining recordings of safety-critical events. Wireless connectivity capability via Wi-Fi or cellular networks allows you to access data anytime, anywhere. SmartWitness also offers a development kit for integration with GPS tracking and telematics software. SmartWitness is much more than a dash cam. It's the solution that drivers, employers, fleet managers, insurance companies, and telematics service providers all over the world have been searching for.
After property, vehicles are often the most expensive asset an individual or a business owner will purchase and operate. Yet whilst properties have an extensive collection of safety equipment installed, such as fire alarms, intruder alarms and CCTV systems, vehicles have largely been ignored. The industry-leading vehicle solution that's now being presented by Zest4 has produced some exceptional results for our clients and provides solutions that undeniably redefine the way vehicle risk is analysed. And the IoT market for automotive is still a growing market. If we look at the industry figures, we can see in 2015 circa 19% of vehicles had some form of connectivity in them. In 2017, this had grown to 32%. This tells me two things. The market is growing significantly, And we are starting to not only accept connectivity in vehicles, but we're embracing it. It also tells me there's a great opportunity for us, as 68% of vehicles today have no connectivity. Now, there are a lot of products out there that can do elements of what we're going to see today. And the range is growing almost daily, but Zest4 specifically chose to partner with SmartWitness. Why? Well, because they're one of the pioneers of this technology and still lead the way today. SmartWitness have been providing in-vehicle cameras to fleet operators and private individuals since 2007. SmartWitness were pioneers in creating the first commercial-grade dash camera, and today are recognised by the industry authorities as being the partner of strength in the field of CCTV and digital recording. Today, SmartWitness are responsible for the protection of over 250,000 vehicles around the world, covering more than 35 million miles every day. So given all of this, really it just made sense for Zest4 to partner with SmartWitness and bring this technology to channel. So let's take a look at what SmartWitness actually is then. The solution comprises of two elements: hardware in the form of a connected camera and software in the form of an online management portal. The hardware we're using today is the KP1. It's basically a powerful 3G video transmission device with built-in tracking and telematics data. It's been developed to provide evidence of events leading up to and during a road traffic accident. It also provides instant notifications and videos of incidents that happen within seconds. Features of the camera include a HD 170-degree wide-angle lens, so you miss nothing. There's the option of a second camera. There's also the option of audio recording, so you can hear what's going on within the cab of a vehicle. And GPS records full-time to provide location data, vehicle speed, accurate time and data for driver behaviour and management. The second element is the platform. There's no point in generating all of this data about your vehicles or how your drivers are performing if you can't use it. The platform delivers safety and protection information within moments of any incidents taking place. This may be a collision on the road, or it could just be something as simple as an unsafe braking or a speeding event. The driver can also initiate a panic button event where someone just feels unsafe or wants to know that you're looking out for them. GPS position, speed and route data are instantly available to see via the portal, so you can accurately track vehicles and replay the route via the simple to use portal. So let me show you this working in real time. I'll now log into the portal and give you a demo of how this works. So looking at the SmartWitness platform, when you log in, this is the dashboard that your customers will see. Now the dashboard is quite hierarchical, so if you're a reseller of this product, you'll be able to see all of your customers. However, if your customers log in, they'll just see their own vehicles. So the SmartWitness platform is very easy to use, and just for general management, the dashboard takes little or no training. The main dashboard lists key statistics about your fleet. So the vehicles table list gives you a current status of all your fleet. Red means the vehicle's parked. Orange, the vehicle is running but idle. And green, the vehicle is moving. Below this, you get a snapshot of the map, showing you a rough location of each of your vehicles. And to the right is a snapshot of any events that have taken place that are in breach of the rules that have been set for your organisation. The key areas we're showing, and I'll go into these in more detail later, are speeding incidents, harsh or dangerous braking, harsh or dangerous acceleration, aggressive cornering. We then have shock events, which are accidents or bumps. Depending on the sensitivity of the device, sometimes it will pick up speed bumps and things like that. Then finally, we have the panic button, which is an incident recording that has been requested by the driver. Across the top of the screen are also more tools for managing your fleet that I'll go through later. So let's start with the map view. If I'm looking at a map, I can see a list of my vehicles all on the map itself. Again, the vehicles will be colour coded, green for moving, red for stationary. If I click on a desired vehicle, I get some information about the vehicle. I can see if it's travelling, the speed that it's travelling. If I want to see what's happening within the vehicle, I can hit live stream. This will give me a 20-second video of what the driver can see. Alternatively, if I just want to see a quick snapshot, I can hit snapshot and that will give me a photograph of what the driver can see at that moment in time. I can also see the latest video that the vehicle has generated. Or alternatively, I can request a video by entering the time and date that I'm looking for. Event history will give me a snapshot of recent events for this vehicle. Whereas if I click on log history, it will give me a blow-by-blow account of what has happened during the day for that vehicle. Media history is one that's used more frequently, as this will let you see what incidents have been recorded within the last 7 days for that vehicle. And I'll show the routes in more detail later. So as you can see, just by looking at the dashboard, you can get quite a lot of information at a vehicle level, and it's a great way of just doing some simple, quick checks on what's happening with your fleet. But now we'll look at things in a little bit more detail. I'm going to now take a look at events. Events is a critical tool and one that's used by most fleet managers. By opening this, we can see a list of events that have happened across our fleet, and we can select either today, the last week, or the last month. As you select, you'll see a list of events that come up that have happened, and take note of these blue boxes here. This tool allows you to take a quick look at each event and decide what action you need to take. So you can dismiss the event if it's something or nothing, you can mark an event as dealt with, or you can reset the events. So let's take a look at a few. Each incident will tell you the type of event, whether it be a speeding event, a shock event, a cornering event, or whether it's auto-generated via the panic button. If we look at one of these, we can see some useful information. I'm going to take a look at this panic button one here, and we can see at the side a series of snapshots that have been put together so we can get an idea of what's happened. It's done in this way so you can see roughly what's happening without the device consuming too much data. Then if I decide I want to see this in more detail, I can hit the video button and it will show me the full video of the incident. And I do remember this one because it was a panic button press that I did myself. You can see I was driving down the road, I saw a silver car at the junction there, then just as about to pass it, the silver car pulled across the front of my vehicle. No incident, I recorded it really just so I'd got something within the in the portal to demonstrate. If I want to then save that video, I can go into Media Manager, I can download that video in full HD quality, and that will then be saved on the portal, on the system, for as long as I require it to be used as I need it. I also have some options here to add some comments. So I can make some comments and save it in the system and then deal with it or dismiss it, depending on what type of action I need to do. If it's something or nothing, I can just dismiss. If it's something that needs to be picked up with the driver, then that will remind me, so next time we sit down and have a review, I'll have all the information to hand. So let's take a look at the map view in more detail now. Similar view to the one we saw before on the dashboard, but there's more information we can access behind this. This is where we can look at a route that a vehicle has taken and see how they drove at all points during the journey. By selecting a vehicle and clicking View Routes, I can add a time and date, and it'll show me the routes that that vehicle took on that day. So I can see that this vehicle travelled north from Market Drayton to Wilmslow. If I click on any point during this journey, I can see the speed that that vehicle travelled, and I can do that all the way through. What I can also do then is ask it to download a snapshot, i.e. a picture of what that vehicle could see at that time, or a video, a 20-second video of what happened during that date and time. This is really useful information because if there has been an incident, you can go back in, pick a route, pick a journey, pick a point on that journey and see exactly what was happening at that time. Down the left-hand side of the screen here, if there has been any incidents, whether it was speeding, harsh braking, harsh cornering or shock, it will give you a list of all the incidents and all the challenges that driver did during that day. So you can see we clearly have a wide range of tools available to us using the platform to successfully manage a fleet of vehicles, get visibility of where they are, where they've been, and what's happened on each journey. So the last thing I want to look at as part of the demo is reporting. And if I click on reports, I'll start here, we've got another way of accessing sort of event history. But this time we can get a lot more detail from it. So select a vehicle, I can select a date range, and what that will do is show me all the information that I require for that vehicle. So I can see every event that happened, whether it be in a speeding event, whether it be a panic button press. And again, by clicking on these, I can bring out all the information that we had before, i.e. videos, times, date, etc., etc. Back in reports, the summary report is also a useful tool. It gives us a snapshot of what's been happening within the fleet. And again, if I just select a random date range and a vehicle, I can see a lot more relevant information. So I can see the idling time, what percentage of time has been spent idling. I can see how many minutes the vehicle's been active for. I can see the distance that the vehicle's covered, the maximum speed that vehicle's been up to, and also the average speed. I can also see a list of how many incidents have been registered. And these are incidents that have broke some of the rules that we've set within the parameters of our vehicle. And this report can be downloaded and printed for future use. Again, go back into reports, there's a detailed report. Same thing, select a date and time range and look at any one of the specific items on the list, and I can look at things like idling time, active time, distance, speed, events, etc. And it will give me a full breakdown for everything I need for that driver. Again, back into reports, I've got a graph view. We've only got 2 vehicles within our demo fleet, but we can see idling time, this vehicle has idled much more than that one. Active time, this vehicle's been much more active. You know, the distance covered, the speeding events, etc. And it goes on, braking events, acceleration events, etc. So you can have a snapshot against all your drivers and see how one driver is performing against another. Maintenance information can also be captured. Although we don't have this active on our demo fleet, it is available there for fleet managers. And the last report we see on here is really for individual drivers. So if you have more than one driver per vehicle, you can identify which driver is responsible for any particular incident. And then if we go into settings, geofencing is really a great tool. It's used by a lot of our customers. It gives people the ability to create a zone on a map. And once you've created a zone, it's useful to manage when your vehicle goes in and out of one of these zones. We can see here that we've got a zone created around our office at work. And what will happen each time one of these geofence zones is broken, it will notify us. So if a vehicle travels into that zone, we get an email notification to say the vehicle's gone into that zone. When a vehicle leaves that zone, we get a similar email notification to let us know that the vehicle has left that zone. This is really useful if vehicles are parked up overnight because it will give you notification if that vehicle's been used when it shouldn't have been. And finally, from an alerting point of view, we can set up alerts that tell us when all minor incidents, all major incidents or shocks, or any panic button presses. And every alert will generate an email notification advising you or the fleet manager that a specific rule has been broken. Again, this is something that not everyone sets up, but it's something that's useful if you want to keep a tight control across your fleet. So there we have an overview of SmartWitness and the benefits of using KP1 within your fleet. We found that by managing and monitoring driver behaviour, there's usually an instant reduction in fuel costs. Most drivers, once they know this level of information is available, will change the way that they drive. And if they don't, you have the tools to force the change. So I'm sure you'll all have your own idea about the benefits this could bring to your own fleet and customers. Obvious benefits to using SmartWitness are things like fuel economy, wear and tear on vehicles, duty of care for employees and managing performance. But there are some other benefits that can be had around the insurance of a fleet. So whilst it's not a given, some insurances will negotiate a discount based on this type of technology being employed in the vehicles. But there are also some fringe benefits to insurance costs which can help keep premiums down. There are benefits for private vehicles that can be gained via video evidence for claims against an individual. There are fleet benefits that include insurance premiums and cost savings via driver behaviour and fuel economy. But insurers can benefit from getting what's called first notification of loss. And by this I mean, when an accident happens, there's generally two parties involved at least. This means at least two insurance companies getting involved. Now the insurance company that gets the first notification of loss generally owns and runs the claim and can benefit significantly from this. And if you're aspiring to be a telematics provider, there are benefits from the resale of this technology, both from hardware and also ongoing management fees. To give you an indication of some of the incidents that SmartWitness has picked up in the past and the benefits provided, I'll share with you a few video case studies. Now these are actual incidents where the SmartWitness device has benefited the fleet and the insurance company and saved future premium hikes. Okay, so the case studies I'll go through with you are all video case studies. Literally sort of 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds worth of video. At the end of each video, I'll stop it so I can talk you through what we believe happened and how SmartWitness got involved and helped resolve the solution. So case study number 1. We can see this is a heavy goods vehicle going down what appears to be some quite tight country lanes. What we saw then is two motorcyclists that came around the corner and there was an impact with the vehicle. Now the driver of the truck was accused by the motorcyclists of encroaching into their lane and causing the accident. The police and ambulance were called and the driver of the truck was formally cautioned at the scene and then later arrested. The driver's job and licence were both at risk. However, video evidence provided by SmartWitness proved the driver's innocence and the motorcyclist was later charged. So case study number 2. On this one again, we can see it looks like a heavy goods vehicle or a van. We can see the weather's not great because the windscreen wipers are running. A car is in the outside lane. Then all of a sudden decides it's going to turn off and cuts the truck up. On this one, it was actually a fleet van that the driver was in, and he was accused of hitting the car from the rear, which actually he did. There were 4 people in the car that were claiming for whiplash, and the claim was going to cost the insurance company in the region of £75,000. This would have affected the company's insurance premium significantly. However, after reviewing video evidence, it proved that the car crossed 3 lanes and braked in front of the van, leaving the van no option but to collide with it. The driver was then cleared and took no blame in the incident. And finally, case study number 3. Again, appears to be a heavy goods vehicle. We can see it's travelling down a motorway and there's a slip road on the left hand side. Ouch. Now, without video evidence, this was always going to be a tough one to call. Both drivers were claiming it wasn't their fault. However, the footage proved that the driver of the car was hesitant when approaching the motorway and did not either slow down to let the truck pass or speed up to avoid hitting the truck. The truck maintained his speed in his own lane and as such was cleared of any blame. Now, we do have several more of these and I'm happy to share them outside of the webinar, but for now I'm sure you can see a pattern and the benefit of having a connected camera. Well, after all we've covered so far, I hope I don't need to go on now and convince you of this product and what it can do. But what I would like to do is be able to help you to be in a position to sell it. So I'd like to take this opportunity to launch the SmartWitness accreditation program with you. We'll be holding a number of training sessions where you'll be invited to join in and learn more about the product and how to sell it. We fully understand that if IoT or telematics is not your core product, then it can be difficult to get an order without the right knowledge base. So we'll give you that. Everyone that's completed the program will be given a login to the demo site, so you'll be able to fully demonstrate the benefits of the solution. You'll have access to both pre and post-sale support from Zest4 and SmartWitness to help you maximize your sales and promotions of the product. You'll also have the chance to take a demo device in one of your own vehicles that you can really get to understand and show the real benefits of the solution. Now, the demo device, happy to issue out at cost and happy to put some incentives around this so you can even cover the costs of the device with future sales. So all of this should give you the tools that you need to be able to add this product to your portfolio and to start to generate incremental revenue streams in both your existing customers and potential new customers. So this brings us to the end of today's webinar. From a conclusion point of view, you know, IoT and telematics devices are here now. It's the reality. Other people are selling them, customers are looking for them. Ideally, we'd like you to be in a position where you can provide them. From a Zest4 point of view, we can provide you with all the post-sale and pre-sale support you need to succeed in IoT and in particular telematics. And we'll be in touch shortly to let you know how you can join one of the accreditation programs. So what I'm going to do now is to close the webinar, but before I do, I'm going to open the mics so that people can ask questions. If you do want to ask a question, what you'll need to do is raise your hand using the link at the bottom of the screen. This will then prompt me to the fact that you want to ask a question and I'll open your mic individually. So, any questions?